You learn to spend that time with God on an individual basis, each morning, each night, whatever it is, or both. You spend that time with God. And as you spend that time with God, then you say, I'm going to spend a morning with God. Then you say, I'm going to spend a day with God. Then you say, I'm going to spend a weekend with God. Now you're getting to some depths of the soul of God doing something in you. But you got to start with that little bitty time because it is really hard to develop that muscle. We're spending time with God and we're like, well, that's great, 30 minutes, all right, let's go on. Yeah, and we're moving on to the next thing. And instead, to be able to learn and to grow, can you spend time by yourself in solitude? Well, we obviously can't because in the Harvard Business Review as well, they cited an experiment of a psychologist that found with his colleagues that 67% of men, okay, so guys, we're not as good at this, 25% of ladies, the lower number is the positive, they gave them a choice. You can sit in this laboratory room and just be with your thoughts, or there's a button here, and if you press it, it will give you an electrical shock. 67% of the men press the button to shock themselves. Fellas, what's wrong with us? What is that? 25% of the women, they had an electric shock. Ladies, a quarter of y'all are crazy. What is up with that? What happens? We just can't sit still. So we want to figure out what it is. So what happens is we will do this. Have you ever been on a vacation and you get home and you need a vacation from your vacation? You're more tired than when you left because you went and you saw and you did all these things, boom, 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 all these things that were happening. And what happens on that vacation is we take our type A, we take our go get it, we take all these things and we move it and we just shift it to vacation. We're still checking boxes. We're still checking up on our email from work. We're still doing this. We're still doing that. And we just put another frazzle into our life. We got to find a place. We got to find a time. And so here's the deal. We're able to say, look, I want to learn how to do this. Maybe a 15-minute increment is all you can do. So they can move to a 30-minute increment. So I can say, you know what? I'm going to spend a morning just thinking and reading, and I'm going to really rest. And maybe that'll turn into a day. I spend a day. I've done this for 20 plus years now. I call it TWF, Time with the Father. I have a day every single month called Time with the Father. I work on the ministry, not in the ministry. I get away to a deserted place. I read things I've been stacking up that I need to read. I don't look on Sunday's message. I look on Sundays to come messages. I pray about things like Kainos we just did. I get the mapping out of the future. You could pray for me. I got another one coming up. And what I'm trying to do on that one is to say, God, what book of the Bible do you want us to teach in the fall? So that we can be ready for there. Because I know my life well enough. If I just go week to week to week to week, I'm going to be coming up really dry at some point. So I want a time with the Father to be able to get away, to really work on, not in. What if you worked on your family, not just in your family? What if you went, some of you that are close to retirement, you ask God, what's your vision for me in the next chapter? What if you got away with God for a morning? What could he speak to you an entire morning with God? What could he do? I bet you it'd be the best 4 hours you spent. Hey, thanks for watching. To find out more about Houston's First, you can subscribe to our channel or you can go to houstonsfirst.org.